All right, Coach, whenever you're ready.
All right. Wins are hard to come by, especially in the conference and the league. It's so much better this year, just with the quality of player, but also with the quality of player, coaches become better too. Damon's always been a great coach, but he's just got better players this year than he's had before, and he's always done a good job with everything. His game plan, his prep, everything. My big thing for the team was they always fight back. They've been down almost every game that they've been in, and they always come back and make it competitive. And today was no different. I just felt like we just had a few too many lapses, offensively and defensively, that kind of helped them and helped them get back in the game. But they did a great job of competing. He changed up his whole game plan. He went really small, spread the court, did stuff a little bit different than they had played. And so it's a testament to him, and then a testament to our guys are just battling and just sticking through and finding a way to win. The hardest thing to do is win, no matter how you get it done.
Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
Also, Damon, he said to tell you that you foul a lot. Whatever that is. He said you would know what he's talking about.
So I have known Damon my whole life. And so he worked out with my father. We worked out together. And so when he was coming back from an injury, I was like his sparring partner. And we'll play like full court one-on-one. We'll play all different one-on-ones. I couldn't guard him. I was like 14 or 15 or something. So I just would foul him the whole time. And so it's funny that he remembers it. He's one of the people that checks on me every week. I've known him for at least 20 years. He's always been a big part of my just basketball development, of who I am as a person, but now as a coach too, with him calling and checking on me.
That's funny. I wanted to ask about Tre.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that line with 10 assists, 1 turnover, and,
Yep.
and just in general, he's like one of the leaders in the country in assist-turnover ratio. Can you just talk about his development as a point guard, and then, on top of that, 27 points and
Yep.
7 straight when they closed it to 5 toward
Yep.
the end of the game, he scored the next 7.
He's got that gene. At the end of the game, and it's what we saw when we recruited him. He's done it everywhere he's been. He did it in high school, he did at Auburn, and then they really showed it last year at Michigan, just some of the big shots he hit. You think about the Big Ten championship in the tournament, he gets a full court layup, same situation. He loves those moments, and he's delivered. He's delivered these 3 conference games. He's delivered for us down the stretch. And so, in those moments, I trust him. I trust him to make the right plays. I think it was him who threw it. I got to watch the film, but he had a big assist to Timo for a 3 out the timeout. He executed perfectly out the timeout. But in those moments, he's gonna have the ball.
How about how he's taking care of the ball? I mean, just 1
Yeah,
turnover.
no, it's a testament to him because the ball's in his hands a lot. With that much usage, it's easy to have more than 1 turnover. You know what I mean? And he's done a good job of just taking care of it and putting the ball in the right places at the right time, and just executing the plan. He's done a really good job with it.
What impressed you the most about your team in those last 4 minutes when they cut it down to 5?
Just to keep battling and keep throwing punches. We had to go offense, defense because Malik had 4 fouls. Then eventually at the end of the game, I felt like just their movement was hurting us, so we started switching everything. And just to being able to adjust and adapt on the fly within the game, especially when it's kind of crunch time, because it got down to 6, I think, and that's 2 possessions. You know what I mean? So, for them just to stick with it, adapt, and then make plays like we had to score. This wasn't a game where we could just rely on our defense. Like, we had to score to get separations, and they were able to do that.
Coach, what can you say about Ernest's impact offensively? I mean, he had 13 points tonight, but it just seems like there's so much more he does.
Yeah.
What is the extent of his role?
I mean, I say it all the time. He's like having a great wide receiver. It's like our version of Malachi Tony. You know what I mean? We put him in these different ball screen roll situations, and you throw a lob, and he can go get it. He's up there some way. So it opens everything else when you have somebody that's such a lob threat and can put pressure on the rim and the defense that have to either adjust what they're gonna do. And he did a good job of that again today. And his rebound has been the most impressive thing for me.
Coach, you're on a 9-game winning streak. What's one thing you want to improve during this time, and then how do you keep this from turning into comfort?
I didn't even know we were that deep on a win streak. The building can't be comfortable. It's like I told him after the game, I'm excited we won, but, I'm disappointed in our defensive effort. We gave up 48 points in the second half. That's unacceptable against anybody. I don't care if you win by 10 or not. So just understanding and keep preaching the standard. This standard is what I got to preach and continue to do. And we got to continue to grow defensively because if we can get that clicking to the level that we have had it before with where our offense is, I think we have a chance to be pretty good. But if not, you just don't know where it can go. Good teams got to guard.
What in particular you want to improve on defensively?
I just think we're behind. I keep saying this. I think we're just a play behind. We're not adjusting to the movement, our urgency to adjust and adapt to where the ball is and getting in our gaps and jumping to the ball is not at the level it needs to be. And so we just got to continue to get better at it, keep preaching it, keep practicing it, and then eventually it's got to get there.
When you put this team together, I'm sure when you're putting all these players together, you're calling them up and putting them together.
Yeah.
Is this what did you envision, and is the team playing the way? Is this what you thought it was going to look like? Is it better? You guys are really toward the top of the conference right now.
Yeah, we getting there. We're getting there. I would say yes and no. My thing was to try to make sure we had size so we could win kind of our version of the trenches. Rebounds, loose balls, just little thing, points in the paint like that. So with our size, I'm happy and been good. I wasn't as worried about us offensively, but, some of the stuff we had, the offense is a little bit better and a little bit ahead where I thought we were. And then defensively, we just got to get to the level. We're not there yet. So, I thought we'd be more ahead defensively than we are. And we're actually more ahead offensively than we are defensively, which I never thought that would be the case.
Coach, what were some of those specific adjustments that Georgia Tech made offensively that you think led to their second half success?
Yeah, with I don't want to say his name wrong, but Salal back, we knew they would go back to their traditional big lineup. And I was excited to see because we hadn't played anybody who kind of matched us size-wise since Florida. And I wanted to see how we would adjust and adapt. And we started the game really good. And then I don't think he was as healthy as he thought he was. So then they went small, and it just changes. It changes. They went small. They start, with a lot more movement. You add some shooting out there. The spacing is different. The movement is different. The ball screen coverage is different now. You can't help as much as you were before. So it's just having to adjust and adapt. That was kind of what got us. But I think them going small was the kind of separator in the game.
Shot was much more available today in terms of just attempts and success.
Yep.
The first two ACC matchups.
Yep.
Was that something you expected based on the matchup?
Yeah, it was something we expected, and watching them and seeing how they guard people who don't shoot great percentages, that they really pack the paint. So just getting the guys confident enough to know that these shots are going to be there and making sure our guys know these are the reads and these are the reads that's going to be there. And our guys knocked them down. Sheldon stepping in and hitting two and not being afraid to shoot them. Timo had a big one. Noam had a big one. Malik has been shooting the ball really good. I think he had two. Tre had one, I believe, with Dante's penetration. So if we get the right shots, we're a good three-point shooting team. But also, I've got them to the point that we understand our identity. We're not living and dying by the three. So if we know we can win a game making 2 threes, who cares? If we make 10, 11 threes, we're going to get 100 points. So we just got to kind of stick to who we are and not worry about how people guard us, what people are saying. We just keep our head down and work.
Got time for a couple more. Like Shelton, who naturally aren't super high volume 3-point
Yep.
shooters, and it's not super comfortable with them. Just how persistent do you and the rest of the coaching staff have to be to kind of get him to a spot where he feels confident just taking 2, 3 3-pointers per game?
Just tell him. You know what I mean? There's nothing that we're doing. He shoots a lot. He's worked on his game. All the guys do. But, as long as I've known Sheldon, he always has been a reluctant shooter. He's not a bad shooter. He's just reluctant. When you can do so much other stuff and shooting is like last on the list, why would you, it's just kind of that is what it is. So just getting him to understand like the wide open ones to shoot. When you're wide open, like just let it go. Who cares? Getting him to understand that. Same thing with Malik. That's a big thing when getting him here, getting him to understand like he's going to have to make some catch and shoot threes and being able to do that. But getting him to understand the shots we want and where they're coming from, I think helps you become a better shooter.
Is that something that you have to, frequently remind Shelton of? That, like, hey, you're
Yeah. So like, a paint touch three analytically for us is one of the highest threes that we make. At one point in the country, we were number one in the country on assisted threes made because of our pressure we put on the paint, getting in the paint, and our kick out. Those are the threes we want. We want paint touch threes. We're not going to be Alabama. We're not going to be, the Warriors where it's transition three and the ball goes around the horn and gets to the backside and three. That's not who we are. So we can't play that way. We got to know these are the ones we want and these are the ones we take, and then take 30 of them. If these are the ones we'll make our fair share.
Coach, just more of a two-parter. Dante's back now.
Yep.
Games in. How beneficial has it been for him to come back and work his way back, as well as just the depth that you have?
Yep.
Getting him back, being able to wrestle.
Yeah, we're still just working them back and getting them back. We with the short turnaround that we've had here, we haven't had time to practice, and we won't really have time to practice. We'll get one practice in before we go up to Indiana. But just him getting comfortable again. And so the more games we play, the more he'll get comfortable. Like today, I thought was his best game, just with his energy and effort defensively. And then some of the reads and the kicks he made and the drive he had for the layup. Dante's one of those players that's easy to coach because all he cares about is winning.
Can I ask one more? You have 2 games on the road coming up. How important was it? I mean, it looked important based on the celebration you did in the locker room with squirting all the guys with water and all that. To get a road win in the ACC, how important was that, especially going into this one?
I mean, winning is hard in general, not just on the road. And I think the celebration was because our guys battled and they came back and the game was close and we had to deliver late, and we did. So that led to it. But winning's hard. And anytime you can get road wins in conference in the ACC, they're like gold. You know what I mean? So we'll celebrate all our wins because they're hard to come by. And then also, it's everybody's first time together. So getting them to part of that is just the connection that we have to build, the bond we have to continue to build. And it's a daily process. It's not because we've won 9 games that we got something figured out. We got through the day, and tomorrow's a new day. We got reset and then find a way tomorrow. To win tomorrow, and then just continue to go from there. All right. Thank you all.
Good luck, thanks. Tre, congratulations first of all to both of you for the win. Quite a stat line tonight with 27 points and just 10 assists and only 1 turnover. Can you just talk about you're leading the conference? You're one of the leaders in the country in turnover ratio with assists. What is it that you're doing? What is it that you see?
I mean, all glory goes to God, and then just Coach put me in the right situation, and these guys. Just when Coach puts me in the right situation and we get the advantages we want, just being able to execute, get it there on time and on target, and get these guys in areas where they thrive at. That's my biggest thing, and then just continue to lead and continue to do that for them.
But you also had 7 points in a critical moment when they had closed it to 5. You had 7 straight points. What do you remember that moment? It's toward the end of the game. They closed it to 5. What was going through your mind at that time?
Win the game. My biggest thing is just win the game, no matter what it takes to win. If I gotta throw 5 assists, I'll throw 5 assists. If I gotta go score 7, like you said, I'll go score 7. Whatever it takes to win, I'm gonna do that for my guys, and I hope they'll do the same for me.
Ernest, for you, over the past 2 games, your free throw shooting has increased in a dramatic fashion. What has that work been like for you, and just seeing it go through the hoop, especially in these games, these critical moments?
Honestly, just funny you talking about that. Kind of just exactly what Tre started with. My faith for me has carried me throughout my entire basketball career. Jesus has been with me since I was born. And constant conversations to myself, just thinking about obviously the things that I can do to just improve my game and obviously help my team win in those areas. And I mean, since, the past games, all season long, obviously, something I've been working on. And again, credit to Coach Siwa. We've been in that lab countless of times, before practice, during practice, after practice, game days coming in the morning, just whenever we can get it in. Just constant repetition. So obviously, when I get out there and I'm shooting, I'm not thinking about anything else but the work I put in and knowing that and trusting that it's going to go in when I get it up. So obviously, like you said, it's a big key for us in our success, and obviously it helps me personally, of course, but it's just something that I'm just going to continue to improve and work on.
Ernest, has there been any guess, tweaks in your mechanics free throw shooting wise, or is it just been constant repetitions?
Obviously constant repetitions, constant repetitions for sure, and then just it's mental. Obviously getting up there, not thinking too much, kind of like I just said, just making sure that I'm just shooting the same way every time. Obviously just in shooting general, that's what you aim to do. Just making sure I'm getting the repetitions I need, so when I go out there, it just feels automatic.
And then when Georgia Tech first cut your lead to 5,
Mhm.
4 minutes left,
Yeah.
you guys scored on, I think it was the last 6
Yeah.
offensive possessions. Just what do you think was clicking offensively, execution-wise during that last stretch?
I feel like for us, the entire game, we got to stay locked in. We understand what it is. Always play to our standard. And in those moments, one thing I can definitely say about this team, we don't fold. Each possession, we don't look at it as like, okay, we're down 5, we got to, or we're up 5, we got to. Nah, each possession, the next possession, do what we're supposed to do, execute what we're supposed to run, and obviously get a stop on the other end.
Can you guys talk about the football team? Obviously, is about to play for the national title. There's so much energy around that program. Does that trickle down? Do you guys feel like some boost of energy? Because your team is also an incredible run. Is it completely independent, or is there something going on in the athletic department here?
It just helps us. It shows y'all and everybody else around the country how good University Miami is. So just continue to carry that, and just continue
pride.
to root them on for
Pride.
sure.
Just what we wear on our chest, throwing that U up. It's just pride. So obviously, just no matter what sport it is, our sport, their sport, football, just pride, just caring about everybody, and just no better place than the U, obviously. So.
I got 2 questions for Tre. It's a 9-game winning streak, but also an ACC play as well. What's the difference in intensity for this Miami team from start of the year till now?
No difference. We're just coming together, and y'all are seeing it. Just continue to come together. We shot the ball really well tonight, and then just continue to be us. I feel like that's the thing. We don't have to do too much.
Right.
We just got to continue to be. The best teams are consistent,
Right.
And whatever you're good at, can you be consistent for 40 minutes? And I feel like we're doing a really good job of that. Now, did we do it for 40 minutes? Maybe not. But as long as we continue to take steps towards that, we'll give ourselves a chance to win, and that's all you can ask for.
Yep.
Second question, your career high in points as well as your double-double with 10 assists. What does it say about your growth as a leader compared from the beginning of the season till now?
I get chills talking about it. I've been on a long journey, and I'm just proud of myself and then just the people around me. I have my coaching staff, and then my family, and everybody just continue to push me and continue to kind of be on my shoulder like a chip, and then just continue to be myself and lead these guys. That's my biggest thing. I want to win so bad. I'm the worst
Facts.
loser in the world.
Facts.
So just
Facts.
the urge to win and whatever it takes to win, I'm gonna do it. And it's just been going my way offensively.
Can you talk in general, just this team was the last place team in the ACC last year, and with a whole brand new team, brand new coaching staff, everyone on the team is new. You're right up there at like 2nd place behind Duke in the ACC. Are you surprised at all at how quickly this team has been able to gel with so many new pieces? And what do you think is what's the magic sauce here?
It's just us.
When it comes to that, we don't gotta do too much talking.
We go to practice, do what we got to do, come out, execute, win the game. So that's it.
That's it.
How about Coach Lucas? Does he have something to do with it?
For sure. It's his program. So
Brought us
just
together.
his energy. He put us together, and then us just trusting him and having his back. I feel like that's the biggest thing. He has our back out there, and we just gotta have his.
The next home game is Florida State, with that being an in-state rivalry. Is there any added intensity for that one?
Nope.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame's next.
Notre Dame.
Home game.
Yeah, we know.
Notre
We got
Dame.
Notre Dame
Notre Dame.
first.
Notre Dame.
I want to ask last one. Okay, locker room the other night, we saw videos, or I saw videos anyway, of the incredible celebration where Coach Lucas came in, was squirting you guys with water and all of that energy. What was the feeling in the locker room after that, breaking that long road losing streak of beating Wake on the road?
We're in the ACC. Any conference, it's hard to get a road win. So and that's his first road win as the head coach. So just being excited for him. When a coach comes in there, you got no choice but to be excited. So just continue to be excited, enjoy it, but enjoy it for that day, but get to the next game. And I feel like we're doing a really good job of that. So just continue to do that and be excited for each other. That's all we can do.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate y'all.